All right. Are we live? Are we live? Is there life out there? I'm not centered in the camera. And my coffee is cold, which is unfortunate, but it's still coffee. Muting. Hello, everyone. All right, I'm going. It works. Hey, Tom. How you doing? Hello there, one and all. I am back from hibernation. I'm hibernating right now because it's freaking cold outside. Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. Happy New Year, and I am so glad that this thing finally started working. Let me double check actually on my live settings. I may have. Oh, I still have the broadcast alert up. Okay, no longer technical difficulties. How is everyone doing? Again, I hope you had a very happy New Year's Eve, and I hope, just everything in general is going well. CompuBox says alive. All right. So, just so you know, I've tried to make it so that the stream will be somewhat consistent video wise. I actually have a separate window for the chat that I can look at. Looking at myself awkwardly in my video feed. Hello from the U.S. Admiral Presents. And then all my other information is on my spare laptop over here. So that's where I'm going to be referencing the entries for the giveaways, the questions that I received up until I run out of the ones that I already got. And yeah, fingers crossed. That should be good. And of course, my cat Midna, right there. Hi, Midna. I wish you all could have heard that. It was adorable. But oh wait a second. Is the okay? Good. The mic is live. My cheeks are red. Yeah, they are. I wonder if I can adjust that any, because I don't. I'm not actually that red. Let's see. Settings. Oh, now I'm just getting more black and white. Ah! Little bit of more light. No, it's just more blurry. That's not what I'm looking for. Behind the scenes action, everyone. Gamma, maybe? Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna be the red cheeked wonder for now, I guess. So that will do. Yes, I'm the little adorable red cheeked individual. Say hi to everyone, Midna. Come on. You know you want to. Say hi. I know, I know. I'm a bad daddy. Alright, so, well, first of all, I mean, the primary reason why I was going to do this video to begin with, and as the title implies, the 1,000-ish subscriber giveaway. You're in my way. Thank you. I mean, at this point, we're over 1,430 subscribers. I mean, first of all, when I made, well, when I decided to do the giveaway, just the fact that we reached 1,000 subscribers at all, just, it blows me away. It really does. I never imagined that I could reach, like, this channel would reach such a number. I never, like, when I did my first channel, I was amazed just to reach 100 subscribers. Like, to me, that was beyond imagination because I'm just some dork with low quality cameras. And at the time, I was just doing vlogs. Never doing that. Well, never doing daily vlogs again, anyway. That was. That's just not my thing. But, I mean, every single one of you, all of you that are in the chat right now, anyone watching this, anyone that is just subscribed to the channel, and hell, even people that aren't subscribed, they just watch the videos. I am so incredibly thankful for each and every one of you. I I just don't know what to say. By the way, if I turn around every now and then, it's because I'm keep trying to keep an eye on Midna. She's been a bit bratty lately. I'm more than just a dork. Okay, I'm more than just a dork, but I am a dork. So And also, let me know if there's any issues with the volume with this thing because I don't want to blow anyone's ears out that might be wearing headphones. I love you too. I love you too. I really do. I giving hugs, giving the hugs. This looks really awkward, doesn't it? Oh well. But yeah, seriously, just thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. But I think we should get started with let's get started with a question first, and then I will move into the first giveaway because I actually need to pull up the website that will do the random number generator while I'm doing that. So, okay, and keep in mind there's only like two questions here, so I'll be able to get to your live Q&As very shortly. But the first question is from Dasuber Kaiser 6. And the question is, why do I call myself Papa Kenn if my name is Will? Well, there's a few reasons for that. First of all, yes, my name is Will, but my middle name is actually Kenneth. So that's where sort of the Kenn comes from. And so some of you that may have actually seen the old website may know this already. But hey, Carlos! But the name Papa Kenn comes from my grandfather, my Papa Kenneth. And that's what everyone called him, Papa Kenneth. And I know that may sound weird to some people, but at least in the South, that's one of the nicknames for a grandfather is Papa, Papaw. And I just kind of wanted to carry on the best I can, just sort of his legacy, which is just being an amazing person. He passed away when I was 2, so I didn't get to know him very well. Any memories I had, or any memories I have of him, are really secondhand because I was way too young to really retain any of that. But from what my mom tells me, from what a lot of people in my family tell me, he and I, personality wise, share a lot of traits. So that's really what inspired me to go with the Papa Ken idea, is that I want to, be able to spread that positivity, spread that happiness that he was able to in his life. Not only to the people, well, I mean, obviously to the people I know and love in my family, my loved ones, but also to people out there that, could, whether you're an acquaintance, whether you're a friend, whether you're just some random commenter, I want to try and do my best to brighten people's day if I can at all. So, yeah, I mean that's sort of the long and short of it. My grandfather was Papa Kenneth, or Papa Ken, if you will, and so I'm kind of taking up the moniker of Papa Ken to carry on his legacy. And hello, David and Ionet. Happy New Year to you both. So yeah, there you go. So that is the first question answered. And while I was saying that, I didn't actually look up the random number generator on my phone, so I will do that right now. Papa is a German word for father. Oh, hey, well, there you go. uh, yes, chat, I am your father. That was even more lame than it probably sounded in my head. Oh well. Random.org. There we go. There we go. All right. So, oh, actually, one last thing. I want to make sure because I got a late entry there. Okay, just to give you all a quick reminder. So, what is going to be given away today is a pretty vast assortment of things. There's going to be uh, art from 4 different artists, uh, The first of which is Amanda Flag Design, Christopher Jones, Cute Loot, and then Jenny M. Stead. And as far as Amanda Flag goes, I've worn a lot of her shirts, and I've like several of her prints are in my background there, including the one with Samus. Actually, those cards right there of Midna, she made those, and so yeah, this is the I've got quite a bit of stuff from her. Hi, Midna. And then as far as Christopher Jones goes, let's see. Oh yeah, I do have one of his. The one right there, it's a black and white. I apologize for the light glare off of it, but he has he has a lot of really nice Doctor Who related pictures on there that I think people will just love, including some of the Master. There's one with like Batman on the TARDIS, which is really cool, and that one right there is obviously the first Doctor alongside the TARDIS. I apologize for my cat. And then Cute Loot, I don't. Yeah, there's nothing really in the background to reference her by, but oh, actually, I have something right on hand that has not yet been hung up. So, this is one of the things that I got for my wife and I. It's she has this Cute Loot has a series of I guess they're kind of like fairies or basically representations of the birthstones for each month. Mine being July is the ruby, and then my wife is January, so it's the amethyst. Amethyst for or no wait, is it amethyst? Garnet might be garnet. Yes, something like that. But yeah, her style is really cool. I really enjoy it a lot. It's I mean, as the name says, it's like it's very cute. So that may not be your style, but you know, the people that entered for it obviously liked her work. Take a quick look through the chat here. I honestly don't know how much $25 is in pounds. Sorry about the cat butt on your screen. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I mean, honestly, there were initially very few people. I don't know if people just sort of overlooked the video or not, but the as far as the Steam 20 or the $25 Steam card goes, it didn't really get a lot of entries, but it's gotten quite a few late ones. So just to make it, it's going to cap out at 4 entries now. Tom Monty, I'm going to include you in the Steam card giveaway. So let me add you there. Okay. Oh, and then last but least, as far as the artists go, Jenny M. Stead. She is, well, there's the also kind of hard to see because of the glare, but the 10th Doctor card image there. She's done a lot of other stuff that I've purchased and have around the room. And she also is the one that designed the Papa Kenn Media logo and a few other things that are being used on the website and here or there. But yeah, it's that was probably the best time to do a Steam giveaway. Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true. Now, as far as getting the Steam card to you, I don't know if like I can donate funds or how that would work. Maybe even just transfer $25 to a person's PayPal. We'll see how that works. But um, yeah, we'll get to that when it comes around. But to begin with, I want to do a giveaway for one of the artists. And the first one of those will be Amanda Flag Design. Now, this one has a fair number of entries. So, let's see here. Okay, there are 8 entries for Amanda Flag Design. And what I'm going to do here is into the random number generator, I'm going to put 1 through 8. And then basically, I'm going to hit the generate button a few times in a row without looking at it. And whatever number it lands on will be the person that wins. You can just email or send the code. Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. All right. So, let's go here and stop. The winner of the Amanda Flag Design art is Kryptonian Sky, otherwise known as Melina, Melina Official, because she's going with that channel now. So, Melina, congratulations. You have won a print or a t shirt from Amanda Flag Design. Congratulations! Yay! I wish I, had graphics and stuff that I could put here, or music. Maybe one day. But alright, I will put an entry next to her name. And then let's see, any others she might have entered, I will go ahead and cross her out because we don't want to have any crossover. Alrighty. Basically I'm doing that so I can keep it fair. I don't want, uh, you know, because there's so many things to possibly be won. I don't want to have, like one person winning a bunch of different things. I want, everyone to have a fair chance. So yeah, again, congratulations, Melina, and I'll be in touch with you sooner or later so we can get all that worked out. But okay, moving on from there, I'll move on to the second question that I had from one of the previous videos, and this is one that should be interesting to answer because I'm basically kind of be going making it up off the top of my head. But let's get right into that. The question is from Zach Hessimer, who I don't think I've really seen many uh, comments from lately on the channel, but they are still subscribed, so there you go. And I mentioned that because they did put in some entries. But the question is, do you have any story ideas for a Doctor Who episode if you had the chance to write one? If so, what is it? So, um, again, I'm just going to kind of think of this off the top of my head, but I would love for Doctor Who to go in just a direction, and this may sound incredibly stupid, but I would love for like the TARDIS to go into sort of like how can I say this without sounding like a complete idiot? The reason Iona why Tom is ruled out is unfortunately, uh, with some exceptions, the jerky can't be sent really outside of a certain number of countries because of Stephen Moffat is going to be the 13th Doctor, probably. But it's just because of shipping issues. Hopefully, it's something I'll be able to work out in the future. But just for the time being, it's just like where Tom lives, I can't ship it to. So yeah, unfortunately, that's the case. It'll be his son. But okay, trying to get my thoughts together. The Doctor Who episode, if I had a chance to write one, I would honestly. Well, it would probably involve a crossover, not a crossover, but it would involve a crossover of time streams with multiple doctors. I would love to see, something on the scale of Day of the Doctor, just having David Tennant, Matt Smith, Capaldi, or if possible, all of the new doctors or the new era doctors, including Eccleston, which I don't know if any amount of money would actually make that work, but you never know. But just something gigantic and sort of catastrophic going on. Something that brings in. I mean, this could probably be a season in and of itself, but sort of. Rumor that Chibnall will take over the. Okay, I shouldn't read until I finish my thoughts. But basically along the lines of the current Doctor revisits older eras, like goes back to previous times when or previous iterations of the Doctor. Now, some of the older ones, obviously, that would be really hard to do because the actor may be deceased. or something along those lines. But I don't know, just finding a way to intermingle the timelines so that the new Doctor visits each of his previous incarnations and they have to work through a situation somehow, work through one of those classic situations, which I haven't experienced yet, but I just think that could lead to some interesting and fun uh, adventures. My cat is knocking around a bell ball. And yeah, I don't know. It's like I kind of sucked at answering this question, but I just think that I think something along those lines would be really interesting, and it may actually be something that could be accomplished through the like the Big Finish audiobooks. I would say that they've had time crossovers before, but but yeah, I just think something like that would be interesting and fun to do. I don't know that I would be a very good Doctor Who writer per se, but yeah, as far as ideas go, I think that would be pretty cool. But all right, as it stands, I'm going to start taking questions from you all, and you can do it one of two ways. So you can either one put a question in here, which depending on how many people are talking, could go by rather quick, and I might miss it or forget it, or can go to Twitter and put in the question, or yeah, basically tweet me a question at Papa Ken Media and use the hashtag. I'm going to create it right now. Blah, 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 blah. Hashtag respond to me, computer. There we go. Hashtag um, PKM 1000 subscribers. Or no, no, wait. I apologize. I'm an idiot. PKM 1000. Yeah, why not? PKM 1000 subscribers. You would think this would have been something I came up with before the stream. However, no, I I didn't do that. So yes, hashtag PKM 1000 subscribers, and yeah, just use that hashtag in your question, and I will answer your questions as they come in. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. The only exception when a new Doctor isn't exciting is that when the 10th Doctor is leaving. Oh, thank you, Ionut. I mean, again, it's just sort of a basic, very general idea, but it's really weird that the Doctor has the new screwdriver and the glasses at the same time. Okay, one thing I will say, as far as the glasses go, I know that some people were kind of ragging on it. Um, there were some people that just flat out don't like the glasses for some reason. I think it's an interesting concept, and I think that, I mean, the way that he's used two different Sonics at the same time before, whether it's, just him with two Sonics or two iterations of himself, I think it could lead to some interesting concepts in the end. I don't know whether they'll end up dropping the glasses altogether or not, but I, I like how it adds to the rock star style of Peter Capaldi. So there you go. Now back to the chat. Don't think Capaldi is anywhere near finished yet. I feel like I saw an article, it might have been yesterday, that made reference to the upcoming season, whenever that happens, may be Capaldi's final season. I hope that's not the case. I would love to have him for two more, but we'll see, I guess. As I don't know. The glasses should the glasses should burn and never return. Oh, Tom Monty. Honestly, even if the glasses don't come back, the new screwdriver looks amazing enough by itself that I think that would be awesome. So yeah, the loss of the glasses wouldn't be any huge deal, but I like them, so there you go. Chibnall wrote 42. No, I do feel like I've seen his name pop up before. I don't keep really good track of the writers of the episodes, so that's why names may just completely fly over my head, other than the head writer. So if I seem confused at all, that's one of the reasons why. Other than that, I'm just kind of a confused person in general. Also wrote some of my favorite Torchwood episodes. Oh, yeah. So there you go. Which, just to answer the question before anyone asks, yes, Torchwood is going to be a discovering series. I don't know when yet, but you can expect it soon. Oh, and official Burke music. I apologize for not answering this sooner, but the reaction to the Christmas special. I have not watched it yet, but I am going to soon. I'm planning to do it this weekend, and I will be recording a live reactions, or not a live reaction, but a reaction video. So you can expect a reaction video for that, and I will actually do the review for that once I get caught up with the reviews for the rest of Series 9. So, yeah, I'm hoping to like knock out 3 or 4 videos of that over the long weekend. Fingers crossed. Um, I have not yet seen the Doctor Who episode, so there's that. How old am I? Question. I am 31. I'll be turning 32 this July. So yeah, the gray hair may make it seem like a little bit older. Hopefully, the personality makes it seem like I'm a child still. But yeah, so I'm 32. Feel kind of old in some ways, and yet at the same time, doesn't feel that old. So there you go. Love the glasses. Very hard time adjusting to the sunglasses, but I got swayed in the end. Haha. Moffat's reasoning. Is there going to be a Aeon 1? Could you restate the question, Seeing Awesome? I don't really know what you're asking there. Logic of a lot of Doctor Who. Yeah, pretty much. going to do going to Doctor Who extra videos, like top 5 doctors, stuff like that. Um, as far as like my top 5 doctors, I may do stuff like that, but the thing for me is when it comes to top list videos, I find it hard to do those a lot of times because just with my personality, it's really hard to rank characters that I really do like so much. I may end up doing it in the end just to sort of get the idea out there, but whenever I do them, I want to solidify something. Like if I rank well, if you include the War Doctor, 5 doctors that we've had so far in the new series that I've experienced, um, I wouldn't be ranking it in a way that goes from best to worst. And I feel like that's what a lot of people sort of do when they rank the new doctors like that. For me, it would be I love all of them, but it would be from like my absolute favorite to just not or to to I just don't enjoy them as much as my favorites. If that makes any sense at all. I mean, I'm sure that sounds kind of wishy-washy, but that's honestly how I feel in that regard. So a video like that may happen. We'll see if and when, and if I have time to do it, especially with everything that I have going on soon. Uh, when will I start Classic Who? I'm actually hoping to start some Classic Who episodes fairly soon. It's not going to be a consistent series in the sense that I'm not going to just go through all of the episodes constantly, just like I did with New Who. I'm going to touch on them here or there. I'll do like a series or I guess a season at a time with the different doctors, and just sort of have it stagger through time. That way, one, I can still have time to do other shows, more recent shows, but at the same time, still keep the Doctor Who flow going. Orange to represent 12's personality. Uh, I could see that, definitely, but or who knows, it may be a screwdriver that changes colors. But I'm personally a favorite. I really like the way that they designed it. I like the colors. I'm looking forward to seeing it in action. Uh, Tom makes you wonder what the question is. Osgood. Frank Welker has started going to cons. Wouldn't it be so cool to meet him in person? Frank Welker. Okay, I'm gonna look up who that is real quick. Frank Welker, because unfortunately I am silly and cannot remember who people are. Frank Well, he's definitely done a lot of voices for sure. Really sure what I'm not really sure what you might have been referencing as far as like if that's related to Doctor Who or not. Muppet Stooges fan. I don't think the War Doctor should be counted as a doctor. That's true, but I mean he's part of the canon basically, and even in like the Big Finish series, he's referred to as the War Doctor. So I don't know. I probably would count him, but obviously that's up for debate. You're funny, knock knock. Where's the Doctor Who exactly? Well, thank you, Cian Awesome. You must be watching some of my older videos. Would base my next Discovering series on a vote of my viewers. Some of them, yes, but for right now, there's so many shows that I'm wanting to do, and so little time to do it that I'm going to start doing a few shows that are of my own choice. But then at some point, I'm going to be like, okay, this is a list of shows I'm going to potentially do next. Pick one, and then I'll do a straw poll or something along those lines. Kenn's First Doctor's episodes. Acting is pretty appalling. That is one thing that I have heard about as far as the classic episodes go, is that the acting can be not very good at times. But I mean, in a lot of ways, that's a lot of older shows, and for me, they still carry that charm to them, even if they may not be that great acting wise. But it's as part of the Discovering series, I have a choice to just sort of stop watching whenever I want. I haven't done it yet, but yeah, that's one of the things that's open, sort of up in the air. So it's like if it's really, really bad and I can't stand it, I'll be like, okay, I respect what they did, but I'm just not gonna keep going with this. I just don't like it. That may happen one day. I don't know. Do 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 do. Game of Thrones. Well, yeah, that's one that's definitely planned. That's one that's coming up very soon. Stone Age ones are pretty boring. Ian and Barbara, favorite companions. La, 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 la. Oh, an unearthly child. Oh, okay, you're listing off the original ones. There you go. Susan. Which one is Susan? Is that the Doctor's first companion, or like his granddaughter? Because from what I hear, or at least from what I've been told, again, I haven't watched them, but I've been told by several people that I'll really like the Doctor's granddaughter. Like I'll really enjoy her character. If that's who Susan is, then I may end up disagreeing, but I honestly can't say until I've actually watched it. Got like Doctor Who songs by Legs Nose Robinson. I Legs Nose Robinson. I don't think I've actually seen any by that person. If you want to send me a link on Twitter, um, just send a link to their YouTube channel, and I'll definitely go check that out. Will I review the screwdriver toys? I don't know that I'll actually review them. When I get them, I just kind of get them and then I incorporate them into the videos. But I don't I don't know. Maybe at some point down the line, maybe I'll do like I don't know, an unboxing slash review of the new screwdriver whenever they make a toy of it. Okay, so I'm gonna jump from here over to Twitter, see if there are any questions over there. Da, da, da. Reloading. Okay, as it stands, it doesn't look like there are any questions over on Twitter. I'll check my notifications though, just in case. Nope, nothing so far. Okay, so I'll just keep an eye out for those over on the notifications. So I'll take a quick look here and then I'll go ahead and do another giveaway. Oh, hey Charlie. How you doing, buddy? Okay, let's. Yes, you did just mention Clara. New show called Legends of Tomorrow. Arthur Darvill. I think I've seen a commercial for that. Legs and Nose Robinson made the Hey Missy song. Oh, okay. So um, I have seen one of them. Then I need to check out more of that person's videos. Then, but that's yeah. I mean, at least from what I've experienced so far, I did enjoy it. Cena Awesome says, "Me and my girlfriend like your videos. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. I do my best to try and bring out entertaining and hopefully thoughtful videos for people to enjoy. So thank you very much." Susan is the granddaughter, a bit annoying, but when she eventually leaves, really well done emotional scene. Cool. Uh, a snacking on the Clara action figure. Are you trying to kill me, Monty? Are you trying to kill me? But I'm getting new ideas for snacking. It's been a bit slow going so far, but I'm getting new ideas and sort of an extension series that I think will be somewhat enjoyable. I've already recorded the pilot. I'm interested to see what you all might think of it. Hopefully, I'll have that out here in the next week. But uh, let's see. I think they've let the Cybermen down. Do I think so? Well, I mean, I didn't experience the Cybermen in the classic series, obviously, because I haven't watched it. So I can't really compare them to that. The Cybermen overall have been hit or miss. Their first appearance, I enjoyed. I thought it was intimidating. But if you've seen the video, I had the issues like they keep saying delete, delete, but then, all they can do is like just touch people. But that was explained because of the fact that they weren't like real Cybermen, I suppose. But I think overall, I think that they've done a pretty good job. Some of the ways in which the Cybermen supposedly work has been a bit iffy at times. But when it comes to how they work within the story, I feel like they've been pretty consistent, I guess. See, I don't think they let them down necessarily, but I do hope that they make the Cybermen a bit more of a threat in their next appearance. How many pets do I have? I have three, actually. Used to have four with a bunny. Unfortunately, she passed away a few years ago. But we currently have two cats, both black cats, very fuzzy. We have Midna, who you see most often climbing all over me here, and then Bella, who is our first cat. And then there's Charlie, our little black lab, who is a black lab mix, the size of a 6 month old black lab, so quite small, well, relatively small, and none of the lab energy, which is weird. Because usually when they're smaller, they're kind of like, more compacted energy and they just kind of explode. But we definitely got lucky in that regard. 2,000 subscriber giveaway soon. That would be amazing. I mean, if I hit 2,000 subscribers anytime soon, I don't know what I'll do. My head just may explode. Have I seen the new Star Wars? Yes, I have. I actually posted a short video that was sort of a first response review, completely spoiler free, with my thoughts on the movie. And I've finally seen it a second time now, so I'm scripting out my review for the movie itself. And I think what I'm going to do, because of the amount of time it takes to do my full reviews, the way I'm wanting to do them from now on, I'll try and aim for that review to come out around the time that the DVD and Blu-rays get released, because I feel like they'll have more impact then, because as it stands, like as far as the movie theaters go, people are either going to see it or they're not. So yeah, so that's going to be like sort of the timeline for future non-first response movie reviews. Excuse me. Do. Everyone make alternate accounts of subscribe. No, no, no. Let's. I'm pretty sure that counts as fraud, but I appreciate that. Um, Moffat Cybermen are hideously overpowered, absolutely disgusting. That's cheating. Oh, that's cheating. Dark Water, Death in Heaven, Cybermen. Yeah, that was one of my major issues too. Is just the Dark Water, Death in Heaven, Cybermen seemed like such a great idea, but it's like you said. In the end, they just didn't really do that much. They were there to intimidate, and I don't know. I hope that if such a thing reemerges, like Missy slash the Master pulls off something similar to that, which I don't know how they would actually do it. I don't know. Again, I really like the idea of it, but the Cybermen themselves were. They just didn't do much in those two episodes. Concept being a key word here. Yes, the concept. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, seeing awesome. Anyone excited for Sherlock tonight? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch that in a movie theater. I apologize. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch that in a theater with my wife. I think the tickets may already be sold out, but we'll see what happens. Because yeah, I'm really looking forward to that new Sherlock special. Can't get it like on TV because I don't like I have basic cable, so no BBC America, unfortunately. But even if not in a movie theater, I may be able to watch it on Amazon afterwards. So, as I've said before, fingers crossed. I like how OP they were in Nightmare in Silver. That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. The overpoweredness in the Nightmare in Silver worked. They would need to sort of pull it back a little bit if they wanted to continue that style of powerful Cybermen. Or maybe even just like, I don't know, maybe like a season long war of the Cybermen where there's like this war going on in the background, but it's not necessarily the forefront of each episode. Just an idea. Let's see here. Like Cybermen all the way up to the episode. Okay. Oh, they're really not the highlight of the episode. Spoilers, of course, of course. There's so many things that are basically spoilers, so I can't really complain too much. Do I know any foreign languages? Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that I actually studied two foreign languages. In high school, I had 2 semesters of French. Most of that is no longer part of my memory. And then in college, I did a semester of German. So I have like very, very, very basic recollections of words from each language, but as it stands, I don't know any foreign languages. There is one that I am wanting to try and become more fluent in, and that is Spanish, because in the U.S., that's definitely one thing that could come in very handy down the line. But yeah, I would definitely like to at least try and learn a few different languages before I die. Hopefully, there's a long amount of time for that. But as it stands, I don't really know any foreign languages. I've just studied them in the past. Happy New Year to you in Australia. The scene from Tomb of the Cybermen. I have to say they really had a really chilling voice back then. Tomb of the Cybermen. That's one of the classic ones, right? Yeah, yeah, I think so. A male companion. I completely agree, Tom. I would love to see a male companion. And I have kind of a theory, or maybe it's just wishful thinking. I don't know if I'm going to hold out on that until like the Series 9 recap, or I don't know. I may mention it later in the live stream here. We'll see what happens. Captain Jack should be the new companion. I wish. I don't think they'll probably. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll bring him back. That would be awesome, but yeah, I don't know. Daleks versus the Cybermen again. That would be fun. That would be really interesting to see. Um, Probably won't happen, but yeah, I would like to see that too. Da, 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 da. When 12 dies, Missy should regenerate with him. Hmm, that's an interesting idea, Tom. I would, huh? I'm curious to see whether or not something like that might happen then. Very interesting idea. All right, it looks like I have a new notification over on Twitter. Um, oh, okay. It is from Video Gamedom, aka Random Fan 1234. Any audio adventures I want to listen to, example War Doctor, River Song Diaries, or the upcoming 10th and Donna adventures. All of them? It'll definitely be. I'm sure there are far too many of them for me to actually go back and listen to completely. But for any of you that might have missed a poll I did a while back, one idea I have for Papa Ken Media moving forward is to start an occasional book club of sorts, and that book club will include like actual books, um, audiobooks, audio dramas like with this. And I have a feeling that those Doctor Who Big Finish audios will be some of the primary things that will be a part of that. So, I mean, basically all of those. The one I'm looking forward to most right now is the 10th Doctor and Donna audio adventures, just because Donna is my favorite companion and probably always will be. But yeah, as far as that goes, Nintendo M, I'm definitely I want to listen to all of those, but as far as first priority goes, I would love to. I would cannot wait for the 10th and Donna adventures. So there you go. Let me see if there's any more major questions here. If not, I will go into the next giveaway. Um, Someone like Rigsy. I agree. I think Rigsy. I would like Rigsy to be a companion. He has a daughter, so it's probably not likely, but someone like him definitely. Oh, are you? Did I ever watch Torchwood? The Lonely Goomba. I have not watched Torchwood yet. It is definitely upcoming though. And I assume Tom means you're leaving. So bye, Lonely Goomba. Thank you for stopping in. Children of Earth. That's one that I keep hearing from a lot of people. I'm definitely looking forward to that aspect of Torchwood. See Double Regeneration in the TV movie. TV movie is something else I want to check, but it's like I'm still stuck in between whether or not I should count that as part of the classic timeline because the Eighth Doctor is technically before Modern Who, or what. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Never finished Miracle Day. Probably finish it whenever Papa Ken gets around to it. We'll see. All right, so no more questions there. It is time for yet another giveaway in that case. So be thinking of more questions you might have. Again, send them to Twitter. Address them to me with the hashtag PKM 1000 subscribers. Oh, actually, looks like I got another question is from Tom. I'll get to that here in a little bit. But oh, thanking Mr. Rogers. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so time for another giveaway. So be thinking of some more questions you might have. The second giveaway I'm going to do will be it's going to be another art one. I already did the Amanda Flag design. So the second one is going to be for Jenny M. Stead. And that one there are 4 entries for. So I will set the correct number. And let's begin generating the final results. And stop. Alright, so the winner of art from Jenny M. Stead is Dylan Shadowstar. I have not seen Dylan in the chat, but I will try and get in touch with him sometime soon. So I will go ahead and mark him. Congratulations, Dylan. I'll get in touch with you sometime soon, whether you see that here on the chat or in the video, or, it's when I get in touch with you. But, okay, so Dylan has been taken out of the others. And I apologize for the slowness here. Oh, wait a second. Did I accidentally delete him from... Oh, no, I did not. Okay, good. That would have been dumb. Alrighty then. Okay, so, yep, second giveaway. Congratulations, Dylan Shadowstar. TV movie is classic Who. Okay, that's what I've been um considering. Oh yeah, Dylan Shadowstar. There you go. There you go. I completely forgot that that was you. I apologize. So yes, congratulations, Dylan. You've won art from Jenny Imstead. I apologize. I was not looking at the screen at all. So yeah, there you go. I will get in touch with you and we'll get things figured out as far as getting you some art from her very soon. So again, congratulations and there you go. All right. Now again, before we get into some more questions, again, be thinking of them. Send them my way. A little bit of stuttering there in the camera. Boo. Um, be thinking of them and send them onto Twitter. Uh, I'll actually go ahead and answer the question from Tom that was sent my way before I move on to talking some about what you can expect very soon from Papa Ken Media. The question is, when do I want Moffat to regenerate? To be honest, I really want to see some more diversity in the stories as far as Doctor Who goes. I think that I th- I think Moffat has done a pretty good job. Complaints that some people have about him, I can understand those. And to a degree, I agree with some of the complaints. But for the most part, I think he's done a pretty good job. It's not as bad as some people warned me, in my opinion. But I think I would like to see whenever Capaldi goes out and a new doctor comes in, I would like to see a new head writer at that point. Because that would really just, in my opinion, that would work out for the best because that means there would be two doctors for Russell T Davies. There's two doctors, three if you count the War Doctor, for Moffat, and then a new head writer would take over for the next two or however long, you know, if we don't have two more doctors before the show goes on break, whatever happens. I just think that would be. I, so yeah, I think again, just to solidify and not sound like a complete idiot, I think that Moffat's run should be done when Capaldi's run is done. Just my personal opinion. Cameron Duffy, do I think Maisie and Captain Jack will meet sometime? They're both immortals. Um, maybe. I definitely think that would be an interesting concept. The only difference being that with, well, actually, given how Series 9 ended, which I won't say because just in case anyone hasn't seen the end of it, um, I think there's definitely potential there for crossover, but I think it's fairly unlikely, unless maybe through fan fiction or even audio drama. I don't think it will ever actually happen in like main Doctor Who canon. Uh, Clara and me were sharing the finale. Oh, oh, Papa Ken for head writer. That would be fun. I would love to try and do something like that. The funny thing is, I do have ideas for stories, and that's one aspect. That's one thing that I would like to do with Papa Ken Media as a brand in the future is to like sort of maybe look at writing books because I've started several in the past, but I never finished on them. So who knows? When Official Burke becomes head writer, you'll let me write an episode. Thank you. Should leave soon before a new Doctor because it would actually give Capaldi a chance to shine. What the with a quality series which we haven't have. I gotta disagree with you there, Tom. I think that especially this past series, I think Capaldi really really shine brightly overall. Again, that's just my opinion. I know that, I mean, overall, our opinions seem to be pretty different as far as Doctor Who goes. But I mean, if a new writer comes in before Capaldi leaves, that would be really cool, and I would love to see how that goes. But I think the more realistic possibility is that Moffat may or probably should leave once Capaldi's run is done. But okay, again, while you're thinking of more questions to send my way over Twitter or here in the chat, which, be careful, I may miss them, I wanted to talk a little bit about Papakin Media and what you can expect in the very near future. And I commented on this in a previous video, basically sort of going over my ideas as far as making Papakin Media a business. And that is something that is probably one of the main goals that I have set for 2016 is to make Papakin Media a business. Not not exactly a profitable one. Ah, stop it with the freezing, computer. But I oh, sorry. That's the main goal of 2016 is I want Papakin Media to become a business because I think it will open up a lot of doors and possibilities for what I can do with the label, the kind of things that I can do as far as working with other people, bringing on, I would like to say employees, but I don't know that it will be a long time before I would really be at a state where I could pay people. So it'd be sort of like volunteer work probably. But I wanted to give you all an idea of the Papakin Media mission statement, which is one of the main things on all the websites that I've read. When it comes to making a business, you need to have a mission statement. So, just to give you all an idea of this, I wonder if I'll actually I'll have to bring up another window, but I will copy and paste it into the chat window and I'll read it as I do that. So please just give me a second to pull up my Google Drive. And there's some other things that I'll hit on as well, but the mission statement is one thing that I really do want to make clear. And again, I apologize for any stuttering video here. It's probably happening because my computer is weak and can only handle so much at a time. While that's loading, though, I do see there's a new question from Tom. It's, have I ever played Fallout 4? Do I intend on trying it out? I do intend on trying it out one day in the future. However, um, I don't own an Xbox One. I don't own a PlayStation 4. And my computer is nowhere powerful enough to play Fallout 4. So as it stands, I want to, but I don't have the capability as it stands. Fallout 3 is actually, to be completely honest, I haven't played Fallout 3. I did recently get it for my PlayStation 3, so I may do, not like a full playthrough, definitely, because of how crazy long that is, but I may post highlights of me playing that game on my PlayStation just for fun. I would do it on my computer, but from what I hear, the way my computer is set up would probably lead to a lot of crashes and glitches, so I would like to avoid that as much as possible. Come on, Google Drive, stop being so slow. So yeah, there you go, Tom. There's the answer for that question. Uh, while Google Drive continues to load. Um, Face the Raven ending wasn't that good. It was a bit of a weak death and seemed pretty forced. Was kind of happy to see Claire gone since I don't like her. After the next Christmas special, what's the next Hooniverse content to my channel? Well, since you ask, the next bit that I was planning on starting, rather than going straight into classic Doctor Who, was to take a look at the first series of Torchwood, especially since I have it on DVD. I think that all the series are available on Netflix now, maybe? Come on, Google Drive, what is wrong with you? But Yeah, the so that's the next currently planned Doctor Who esque series that I will be touching on. Will be Torchwood. I don't know that I'll be doing any, if at least not many, reaction videos for that. They'll probably mostly be just review based, but we'll see what happens as it goes along. But yeah, that's the current plan anyway, is to start out with Torchwood, and then I'll hit on some classic Who. I may sprinkle in some classic Who while doing Torchwood. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, thank goodness it finally opened up. Well, the folder did. Now I have to wait on the actual document to open up. All right, here we go. So, computer. I think my. Oh, daggone it. Video's frozen. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, Torchwood. There you go. Oh. Okay, there we go. Finally. My computer can unfortunately only take so much work going on in the background, which is really annoying. But okay, now that we've got that, I'll copy and paste that into the chat. High encoding usage. Yep, sorry about that. Uh, Captain Jack is mostly gaying it, but I love him for it. I mean, Captain Jack. I mean, he. Well, how was it that the doctor put it? Not even bisexual, just like multi-sexual. He's a very open 50th century, 50th or 30th century person. So there you go. As far as like there being like gay relationships in the show, perfectly fine with me. Doctor Who esque, man. I love your speech patterns. Hopefully, it's not too. Hopefully, my speech patterns aren't too annoying. Just when I try to think off the top of my head, it's kind of hard to think. Oh, so there's a limitation on how big each one can be. Awesome. Okay, then. I guess I'll have to split this up. All right, so I'm just going to read the Papakin Media mission statement, and then if you want, I will copy and paste it to you, or I will put in sections of it into the chat. But okay, so the mission statement of Papakin Media. This may not be a finalized version, but it's the final version I have for now. Papakin Media is a progressive and forward-thinking journalism resource that will cover a wide variety of topics and ideas. The primary goal as a company will be to report and review these topics in various forms of media, written articles, video, etc., while striving to maintain a positive and trusting community environment for ourselves and all customers/consumers. These will include, but are not limited to, the review of movies, television shows, music, video games, books, politics, and mental health. Papakin Media has a strong focus on charity, with the majority of profits going toward charitable events and organizations. So there you go. If any of you, again, want to see the text, because I'm sure I may have mumbled, please do let me know and I'll copy and paste it into the chat. But yeah, that is the overall mission statement for what I'm wanting to do with Papakin Media as a business going forward. Hop back over to the chat here. Omnisexual, that's what it was. Omnisexual, pansexual. After I watched Torchwood Season 1, which is Series 3 finale. Oh, of Doctor Who. Hello, joining in when you're discussing Captain Jack. Hey, Azzy. How you doing? We've had two giveaways, by the way, that have gone through. You have not won, but you are still in the running for possibilities. Uh, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Never liked Ianto much. I don't know much about the character other than just the time he showed up in Doctor Who. Uh, is the website up yet? The website is technically up, but not through the main pumpkinmedia.com link. There's still work that needs to be done on it. I'm a bit farther behind on that than I hope to be at this point, but work has unfortunately gotten in the way of that. Speaking of which, I need to keep an eye on my phone because I before this stream started, I got a work notification because I'm on call. So hopefully no more of that happens. But yeah, as far as the website goes, it is very close to being ready. It's still going to be in sort of an overall basic form. It's going to be evolving a lot over time, but there's still a few sections that need to be finalized. And as it stands, it's being done through Squarespace. So there are two possible categories that the site is going to go into. One is what's considered a personal website. So that gives some limitations on how many contributors I can have at a time and how many live pages I can have, which the number of pages I actually have created goes over that number. So soon I will be upgrading it to a business, which will give me unlimited pages, unlimited contributors, so on and so forth. But for the time being, I have to be selective with what I actually set to live. So that's part of why it's delayed at this time. But I am hoping to have it up this weekend. Um, does America have a yearly firework display? I haven't seen how you all celebrate New Year's over there. Um, there are some areas that do fireworks for New Year's. It's not like the biggest fireworks celebration in the U.S. would definitely have to be July 4th, Independence Day. Yeah, that's the time of year where my poor dog Charlie kind of curls into a ball and shakes for days on end because he's terrified of fireworks, the poor guy. But yeah, as far as fireworks displays go, uh, July 4th is definitely the big one for the U.S., and then some places do fireworks in the U.S. for New Year's, like probably New York and Hollywood and all that, but not really around here. If the next regeneration was a woman, would I like to play her? Sco. Just because I have a nice chest does not mean that I'm going to play a woman. Oh, what does the website cover? A bunch of geek stuff, really. It's going to be a pretty wide variety. There's going to be geek stuff. There's going to be a lot of video game material. Uh, oh, who would I like to? I completely misread that. I am an idiot. I am an idiot. Um, Honestly, the one person that really comes to mind as far as who I would like to play her, if the Doctor regenerates into a woman, the one that comes to mind for me mostly at this point, and God help me, I can't remember her name, but the woman that plays Agent Carter in the TV show and the Captain America movies, I think she would make for a phenomenal Doctor, in my opinion. And she's also voiced interest in actually wanting to do that. So, if it happens, which, may or may not, regardless of what people want, or regardless of what people think, whether or not the Doctor should ever be a woman, uh, I would like to see her do it. But if it does happen, I'm sure they'll make a good choice. So, there you go. I'm so sorry, Sco. I know I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Oh, I know I am a tit. Which do I like more, Daleks or Cybermen? I think I like the Daleks more overall, just because I feel like, at least so far, more has been done with them. But yeah, I would say I probably like the Daleks more. As far as the favorite enemy, not counting those two, or the Master. Um, I mean, the easy answer would probably be the Weeping Angels, despite how sort of inconsistent they've been with the episodes they have had. Um, I would say Weeping Angels would be pretty high up there, but honestly, I think that what did the Doctor call them? The boneless or whatever they were, like the 2D entities from Series 8. Like they were the concept of those enemies was just terrifying, and I would love to see more of them in the future. So yeah, I would say that that's probably my favorite enemy, um, with a very close second probably being the Weeping Angels. Uh, Emma Thompson. Oh, that would be an interesting choice for a female doctor. I could definitely see that. Olivia Wilde not have an American doctor. I um I think that Olivia Wilde would be a really interesting choice. But again, it's just like it would seem. I mean, especially, but I don't know that I would like an American actor playing the Doctor. I feel like that would sort of kill the spirit of Doctor Who overall. I would love to see her in leading roles, or even like a Doctor Who esque show. There's my speech patterns again. But yeah, I love Olivia Wilde, but yeah, as the Doctor, I don't think that would work, unfortunately. Who would I like to see play the 13th Doctor if it wasn't a woman? Ooh, that's a really good question. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot of British actors off the top of my head. Uh, hmm. Just to kind of throw this one comes out of left field because it's the first person that came to mind, and I'm going to slaughter the person's last name, but uh, he was in the IT crowd. Um, Aode or something like that. Darn it. I'm going to look up his name, but it's one of the actors from the IT crowd. I just think he would be a really interesting incarnation of the Doctor, personally speaking. Um, let's see here. The IT crowd, IMDb. And hopefully this doesn't kill my computer even more. I apologize for any freeze framing that's going to take place. I really, really am. Do, 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 do. I'm getting a lot of questions from Tom over on Twitter. I'll get to those here in just a minute. First, I want to see Richard a- Ayoade? Whatever it is, but basically him. I would love to see him as the Doctor. Call me crazy, but I think that would just be phenomenal. I Ioardi? Yeah, him. The Doctor to take the Master's face. Ooh, 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 ooh. Azzy, genius. Sherlock Holmes would be perfect. Sherlock Holmes. Oh, do you mean Benedict Cumberbatch? That would be definitely interesting, but I don't know that they would really be able to get him in with everything he's in lately. Like now he's Doctor Strange for Marvel and Sherlock Holmes and blah 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 blah. Lena Headey make a good master. Ooh, Lena Headey. Why didn't I think of her? She would be. I would like to see her as the master. I was going to say the Doctor. The master would be a good one too. All right, but yeah, Richard, as far as a new person to play the Doctor as a guy, I would love to see. I would really love to see how he would do the role. I think it would be awesome. Oh, okay. I don't know how many seasons they're going to do. To be completely honest, Olivia Wilde would be better as the Master than the Doctor. Possibly, possibly. Again, though, I feel like that one would be for both the Master and the Doctor. I feel like they should stay away from American actors. Just personal opinion, but that's sort of what I have in mind. Hi, Midna. um, Charles Dance. I honestly don't I don't know. It's like some of the names that have been mentioned so far I think sound good, but as far as other people to play the master, I honestly don't know. I need to get a better idea of a better memory of who the different actors and actresses are in the BBC just to get a good idea of. Oh, no Americans. I completely agree as either one. But yeah. Okay, moving on from there. I'm going to answer Tom's questions from Twitter, and then we'll move into the next giveaway, which I don't know. Might actually do the jerky giveaway next. And there's Midna. Okay, so ever thought of building my own computer slash upgrading? It would benefit my channel greatly. Okay, so this is actually a topic I'm going to touch on a bit later in the stream as I talk more about Papa Ken Media as a business moving forward. But short answer to your question, yes. I have thought about building slash upgrading my own computer. How that's going to play in, I will answer more later. So more on that soon. Don't I think Clara's death in Face the Raven was completely devalued and hell bent? Um, in some ways, yes, but in others, no. Because I feel like it worked overall. I feel like, regardless of whether you like the character or not, I feel like it was a very interesting and effective show of the Doctor's love for the character. Because they are so similar in personality in many ways. It did devalue it in some ways, but overall, especially since there is. Like, she can't escape that death, as is established in the finale. So that sort of takes away from it devaluing it, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry if that's not a very good answer, but it does in some ways, but not completely. Okay. Oh. Uh. Oh. Did I? Oh no! I'm so sorry, Sko. I'm so sorry. It completely. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. Crap. Um, Sko, that's completely on me. I should have been more mindful to, you know, at least reword the question or maybe just avoid it for the time being. But, it, actually, Tom, it's not necessarily that he should have known it by now. It's like the series isn't that old and the episode didn't come out that long ago. So, again, Sko, I do apologize. But even knowing what I just said, I I don't feel like it will take away overall from the enjoyment or the emotional impact of what happens. That's just my perspective, but I hope when you do get around to watching it that it'll still be as powerful and impactful for you as it was for me. So again, I really do apologize for that. I'll be more careful about those questions moving forward. But okay, moving on from there, from me flubbing it up, let's get into some happier things, which would be uh, another giveaway. So, moving on from there, okay, we have done the giveaway for Jenny art from Jenny Imstead from Amanda Flag Design. And instead of doing one of the other artists for now, I am going to do the Jerky XP giveaway. So, we have 4 entries for this one. And for each of those, they entered in 2 flavors they would like to receive. So Yeah, let's get right into it. And actually, as I'm bringing up the slide again, I will take a quick look at the chat. How another master became the master, and he is officially considered the master. Azzy, that comment just kind of like, I don't know. All right, but well, it's not that she announced her departure. It's the in the question you asked about, like, what happens at the end of the series. That kind of spoils it. So that's what SCO was referring to, or Chilled Affinity. But okay, time for the giveaway. We have Reef TV, Ishikawa Goemon, Blurry Phoenix, and Carlos up for winning Jerky XP. So we're going to generate randomly. Keep hitting that button. Keep hitting that button. Some giveaways don't work in Australia. Hey, the next doctor. That would be the that's the jerky. Okay, so wow, my stupid computer, it really is jerking around, isn't it? Okay, so one last round of generate, and the winner of the jerky XP is Carlos Manriquez. Congratulations, Carlos. If you are, I thought I saw you earlier in the chat. Um, if you're still there, congratulations, you have won 2 packages of Jerky XP, and the flavors you chose were honey barbecue and sweet and spicy barbecue. So there you go. I will be in touch. We'll never know the delicious taste of jerky. Now, Tom, I am going to be working on it to where it might be able to get that in other locations overseas. We'll see what happens, but I promise I'll try and do it to where more of you will be able to enter for that in the future, because there will be more giveaways. But yes, again, yes, there you are, Carlos. Congratulations, and like I said, I'll be in touch with you so that we can get all that sorted out and get that jerky to you as soon as possible. So, again, congratulations, and for everyone that has won so far, congrats. I hope you all will enjoy the things you've won. But okay, so what we have left is the $25 Steam card giveaway, which I may save for last. And then there are also 2 artists remaining, and that is Christopher Jones, which got a pretty sizable number of entries, and then Cute Loot, who actually also got a sizable number of entries, just like one less than Christopher. So yeah, those will be coming up shortly. But okay, moving on from there. Uh, oh, see, and awesome. What is Jerky XP? Jerky XP is a local U.S. company that makes beef jerky, and they're actually expanding. They've been doing a lot in recent months. As far as expanding their lines. I got a one of their merchandise there. They have 2 Twitter accounts. One is just the Jerky XP account, and then one is Jack the CEO, which Jack the CEO is a little adorable Yorkie Terrier. And so yeah, I got his XP shirt here. But yeah, just Jerky XP has been doing a lot recently, and I'm really hoping that down the line I'll be able to establish Papa Ken Media as a brand that can potentially be sponsored by them. Um, that's going to take a lot of work, but hopefully that will end up happening. I'll be able to do more giveaways like this down the line, and I'll be able to have it uh, sent to other countries. Quick answer to a question, real quick though, from Tom. At the beginning of the Face the Raven review, seemed pretty angry. Was the anger directed at you? Okay, first of all, no, you did not offend me. But the what I was saying was not directed at you specifically. There have been a number of people that have voiced their distaste for Clara as a character, which is perfectly fine. But it's just at the time, um, brain. At the time, I was just so upset by what happened in the episode that whether it's fair or not, I was just in a state that I didn't want to see that kind of see a lot of negativity toward the character in those comments, if that makes any sense at all. I wasn't. It wasn't so much angry. I was upset because of what happened, and I just didn't want to have to read through negative things about the character, who is a character I really do like. I completely respect people's decision to not like the character. I may not agree nor respect the reasons, but everyone has. I mean, everyone is open to their opinions. Everyone is open to their own choices. It's just something that I wanted to avoid that kind of negativity for that particular video. If I had to be homosexual for a year, which male character from Doctor Who would I choose, not including the Doctor or Jack? So are you saying like if I was a homosexual, then like what character would I want to be with? Hmm. Uh, Probably Rory. Yeah, yeah, probably Rory. Just keep it short and simple. Okay, so let's see. Moving on from there, before I get into more questions, I do want to touch on some more about basically things that are going to be happening with Papa Ken Media moving forward. And this will basically bounce off of Tom's earlier question about me thought of building or upgrading my own computer. So please give me just a second to. Well, actually, I think I have it on this computer. Yes, I do. Yay! All right. So one of the plans that I have for Papa Ken Media is to build a new computer. I had thought about just getting a store-bought one, but those tend to be really loaded down with a lot of bloatware and also tend to be overpriced for what I can get trying to build the computer. So, it is in the plans to save up and build a new computer. And I actually have three different tiers of price that I can look at, excuse me, to try and accomplish that. Uh, Now, the reason why there are different tiers is because of, well, what I want to discuss right now. Now, as some of you know, I do have a Patreon page that is being upgraded. It is mostly upgraded at this point. I still just need to put in a new description for the page, and then I'm going to record a quick little video trailer for it. But while there's that idea of crowdfunding, which again I'll touch on here in a little bit, and I'll take any questions about that later. I'm also considering, very strongly considering, doing a crowdfunder through a website called Indiegogo. Now, most of you have probably heard of Kickstarter, which is the most popular crowdfunding resource. But for what I'm trying to do, Kickstarter isn't really the best place to go. So Indiegogo is a place where I am going to be looking at building a certain amount of, basically doing some crowdfunding, trying to get in funds for building a new computer, possibly getting new filming equipment, basically stuff that I can use to help establish Papa Ken Media as a business. And actually, one of the things I have listed for it is that doing the Kickstarter would help me pay for the business fees as far as getting it established as a business. Um, Now, I know you all may have questions about this, so I'll be in the chat here in just a minute, but I'm currently looking at my document. Um, and I don't have them written out yet, but it's like, as with most of these crowdfunding campaigns, there will be different donation tiers. The amount you spend will result in certain rewards potentially. Now, as I'm not a business that really, or as Papakin Media won't really be a business that makes material things, what I can actually give in those donation tiers may be limited, and it may be more along the lines of intellectual property, maybe, or like electronic brain, like electronic thanks in a sense. But I am going to try and make out some good donation tiers for that. Uh, and it I am hoping to try and do this sometime early in 2016. It's not going to be for the first month, definitely, because everyone just finished spending money for the holidays and all that. So I don't want to, uh, you know, try and just beg for money when people have already spent a lot of it. But um, as it stands, my current idea, and again, it's like there's a lot of details on this that I'll need to work out if I do want to go this decision. But should I go this direction, keeping in mind that the crowdfunding website takes out a certain percentage of any the funds that are raised, I'm looking at a possibility of like an initial goal of $1,200 for the Kickstarter slash Indiegogo campaign, and that will account for the fees that are involved in well, the business fees, the fees that get taken out by Indiegogo, and then also keeping in mind of the different tiers of computers that I'm going to try and save up for. Now, as I said, there are three different tiers that I've marked, and should the $1,200 goal be met, that would result in me being able to make the what I'm considering the sub $1,000 build, which is a pretty powerful computer. It would allow me to do a lot, um, and still like being able to do a lot for on a computer that would be far more powerful than the same amount of money on something I could buy from Best Buy per se. Then I also have a build that the amount falls between $1,000 and $1,500, and then a build that is 1,500 plus. So I would guess you would consider those stretch goals, I think is what they're called. So there would be different tiers as, if the crowdfunding is successful and if it goes beyond the initial goal, I can start aiming at those stretch goals, which would result in me being able to, get a more powerful computer and look at getting more powerful filming equipment, upgrade my webcam, different things of that nature. Stuff that would be very important to Papakin Media as a business and being able to do more for you all. So yeah, I'm going to go over to the chat now and take any questions you might have about that. Now, don't ask questions about the Patreon just yet. I'll be touching on that later. But for now, let's talk about, or let's look at, just ask me any questions you might have about, the idea of crowdfunding, whether or not you think it's a good idea or bad. You know. Psy from Time Heist. Okay, so yeah, Psy was pretty attractive too. I have to say that. For me, she had a lot of potential. Love Jen's performance. I agree, as it's like the character, Clara was not written very consistently, but I did enjoy her for what we did get. Have I seen Tim Farron, new leader of the Liberal Democrats? Looks so much like Sim. I don't know. Oh, okay, a centrist political party in the UK. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen them. Sounds like a really well thought out plan. Thank you very much. Uh, Cameron, I'm not really sure about that one. The rotten head of the Cyberman Guardian from the Pandorica. Eh, might go for the Ood. Give the little brain a kiss. Oh, nice. Till the okay. Seeing awesome. I apologize. People are being mean. Everyone, don't say mean things on here. Please keep it civil and just be civil. Don't make fun of people in the chat. I haven't really noticed that, but if people have been saying things, please try to not do that. Uh, am I aiming for $1,200 from 1,400 subs? Not sure that would work out brilliantly. Okay, well here's the thing, and this is why I'm aiming for that goal. Um, Although, yeah, there's only 1,400 subscribers on the channel, this is going to be for far more than just the channel. This is going to be for the channel, for the website. People that are going to be contributors to the website will be, you know, any of their networks will hopefully be involved. Um, I don't know. Maybe I can get in. Maybe some people I know that you know are in businesses would contribute. It's definitely something that I'm still planning for. It's something that I'm trying to work out a full plan for. But as it stands, I know that trying to get $1,200 with only 1,400 subs seems silly, but it goes far beyond just the channel. So that's one reason why I think it is feasible. Uh, Girl crush me, non-sexual, intense feelings for those things. Oh yeah. Okay, I missed that part of the conversation earlier. Might have been asked earlier, but what is my opinion on the Viking girl me through all the episodes? I found her interesting. I and this is something I'm definitely going to bring up when I get to the review of the final few episodes, but her appearance in the finale left me with questions, which I'm not going to touch on those because other than just Sko, kind of getting a part of the finale ruined. I don't want to ruin anything for anyone that hasn't already watched the finale, so I'll touch on that more when I actually get to that part in the reviews. But there's just, yeah, there's just certain things about her that I'm unsure about, and I think wasn't written very well. I thought the actress did a fine job. I'm looking forward to seeing her on Game of Thrones. But other than that, I it's just something I'll need to think about more, and again, touch on with the future reviews. Do I know any PC parts I'm looking into? I have them written out and listed online on my document. So those are just like personal files for me. So but yeah, so I do have the parts picked out. They'll probably change a little bit over time as I adjust, but as it stands, um I do have the parts basically that I'm looking for. So yeah, I just kind of talked in a circle there. Moving on. Do I have any? Have I read any Doctor Who books? I have not yet read any Doctor Who books. I've seen parts of some of the comic books. I've skimmed very quickly through a few Doctor Who books, but I have not actually read through any of them. That is one thing I would definitely like to do in the future, though. Um, But okay, before we move on, I'm going to do another giveaway here next. But are there any more questions pertaining to the possibility of a Kickstarter slash Indiegogo campaign, a crowdfunding campaign for Papa Ken Media as a business, essentially? And I will mute this while I drink my orange juice. Hey, Carlos. Again, congratulations and Happy New Year to you and your family. AMD or an Intel CPU? I'm looking into each as a possibility. The AMDs are definitely cheaper though. Um, and I'm doing my research as to whether or not power wise they're comparable to, the Intel chips. It's like so I'm definitely doing a lot of research on this. So believe me, even if I'm going for like the cheaper option, I'm making sure that the quality is there. Okay, waiting for any more input or any more questions about the crowdfunder. Is anyone in the chat like opposed to crowdfunding? Do they think that's just not a good idea? Again, as far as Kickstarter and Indiegogo goes. Come on, computer, stop freezing on me. Well, it seems like this happened a lot in the past, but oh well, just kind of have to live with it, I guess, as my computer tries to chug along. Maybe closing the IMDb tab will help with that. Tom, seriously, I know that the spelling can be bad, but don't do that. That's what I was saying earlier. Don't be mean to other people just because you don't like their spelling. There's no point in that. So please stop with that. All right. What do I actually mean by a business? I mean making Papa Ken Media a business, something from which I can invest money into, which I can invest time into, whether or not it's profitable. That's not a major concern of mine, but just something that I can make Papa Ken Media more than just a hobby, which it's a hobby I really enjoy. But at the same time, if I really want to be serious about this and I really want to spread, you know, positivity as much as I can, taking it in the direction of a business, I feel like is the strongest way to go. I would ideally like to make it a nonprofit, but the current structure and everything, based on what I've read online, doesn't. Um, Basically, the sort of terms they lay out for a nonprofit isn't something I can do right now. So I'm looking more in the direction of a sole proprietorship or an LLC, and it'll be for the most part a journalism business, since that'll be a large portion of what I do between the videos and articles written on the website. So that's what I'm talking about as far as business. Not familiar with Indiegogo, but I know people have had success with Kickstarter in the past. Yeah, and I honestly I would have liked to go with Kickstarter because it is the most popular. Indiegogo is similar but different in a few ways. First of which, Kickstarter, with campaigns on there, it's a either you if you don't reach your goal, you don't get anything, which is an option you can select for Indiegogo, and I might do that. But there's also the possibility of any contributions you do get, you'll still earn even if or you'll still receive even if you don't reach your goal, but a larger percentage of fees will be taken out by Indiegogo. Other than that, it's actually fairly similar, and I think, unless I'm mistaken, I think that Indiegogo actually allows for more possibilities as far as how you get put in your contributions. Like Kickstarter, I think is pretty much only credit card based, I believe, whereas Indiegogo has more options. So don't quote me on that, but I believe that's true. Uh, if I never started discovering Doctor Who, would I still be in the position I'm in today? I honestly don't think so. I think that starting Doctor Who, starting this review series, is one of the best things that could have happened to my channel. I It's hard to say, really. I just honestly, I'm so happy that my friends talked me into watching the show and that I started the series to motivate myself to get through the show more because it's introduced me to some absolutely amazing people. It's brought you all into my life in one way or another, and I really do, I do love that. I appreciate that. So to answer your question, Tom, I don't think I would be, and I am eternally grateful that it allowed me to be in this position. See you the next Doctor. Hope you have a very happy New Year. Okay, so let's see. Let's skim down through here. Do. Oh, seeing awesome. I do plan on doing some Doctor Who related games on Steam. I don't think I've bought any yet, but I do plan on getting some. So that will be coming relatively in the future. Uh, Papa Ken for next Doctor. Indeed. That would probably be my catchphrase. Indeed. Uh, he's just Jackson Lake. He thinks he's the Doctor. um, would be opposed to previous Doctors returning. Rather, McGann got some time. That'd be cool. And I think initially I was not sure to watch it. I know. Anymore, it baffles me that I was so reluctant to really get into the show. But it was just because of those first few episodes. Well, really the first episode, because as I mentioned in my original reviews, like I had watched it two times prior to actually doing that review. So, yeah, it's now given how much I really do enjoy the show, it baffles me that it took me so long to get into it. All right, so moving on from there, before I get into more information, this whole video is just going to be like me with a bunch of extra space. But anyway, time to move on to the next giveaway. It is time for, I'll save Christopher Jones for last, and we will do Cute Loot's giveaway right now. So, there are 7 entries for a piece of art from Cute Loot. I'll add that into the generator here. All right, so the possibilities are Mr. Rogers, Hoodie Skull Chris, Hoovian 305, Azzy, George Radcliffe, Asim, and Enter Adman, who I don't see very many comments from, but he is still subscribed, so I can only assume that he's still out there somewhere. But all right, let's begin the generation. So let me see while I'm pressing the button here. School reunion was your first episode. Papa Ken for president. I think I would be different if a black guy would be the doctor. Why's that? Why's that, Cameron? 11th Hour was your first episode. Oh, okay. Nice. I know a lot of people who Smith was their first doctor, so I can definitely understand that. Oh yeah, I may revisit some of the older episodes sometime. Maybe not for full reviews, but just sort of overall thoughts. But okay, so the winner of art from Cute Loot is Azzy, aka DWADDLJ. Congratulations, you have won some art from Cute Loot. Hooray! The two Nintendo M entered are last. You see what I'm doing now. I am so very sorry. I am so very sorry. Please do not be angry with me. But, um, let's see here. The two are last ones. Yeah, Christopher Jones and the Steam card. There you go. But yes, congratulations, Azzy, for winning some art from Cute Loot. As I've mentioned before, I will get back to you the in messages or wherever, and Yeah, we'll get that worked out. All right. So again, congratulations to you and congratulations to everyone that has won so far. Just as a reminder, real quick, the last two drawings or the last two giveaways will be for art from Christopher Jones, which actually let me remove Azzy from that. And art from Christopher Jones, and then the $25 Steam card giveaway, which has four entrants in it. Won't be taking any more, unfortunately. Sorry about that. But while we're at it, let's see if there are any more questions. I believe I got another notification on Twitter. Uh, okay, I got one from Sco, aka Shield Affinity. Some of my friends made an entire Doctor Who fan series and acted it out really well. As a special, would I ever watch and or review them? That could be really interesting, to be honest. It's something I would have to set aside as sort of like a bonus or something to do when I have the time. But that is definitely something I would like to look into. So yeah, keep a link for them. Send it to me on Skype or through Twitter. I'll definitely have them in the list of websites to or channels to check out. That sounds interesting. Although, just to warn them, I would be completely honest in any critiques I give. So, if any of them are kind of thin-skinned, again, I always try my best to be positive in my reviews. But if I don't like it, I'm going to be honest about that. So, yeah. But okay. All right. You're welcome, Azzy. You're welcome very much. First episode was the Shop Alive Shop Dummies. Did I like that episode? Shop Alive Shop Dummies. Um, I don't. I'm not really sure which one you're talking about there, Cameron. Sorry. How was my holiday? It was great. The holidays have been great. Celebrate Christmas with my wife's family. It was absolutely amazing. It was wonderful. Which you see a couple of the gifts that I got back there. I got a Donatello little magnet, and also this cute little guy who's like kind of like a little Frankenstein thing. And I got some slippers, some very nice warm slippers that I'm wearing right now, and just some really cool stuff. And then my wife actually, for my Christmas present, got me a punching bag that I can use for exercise. So that's awesome because I've always wanted one. And that kind of goes along with the whole Papa Ken thing because the person who I'm honoring, my Papa Kenneth, he um, he was in the army. I believe it was the army, or maybe it was the navy, whichever it was. But he was a Golden Gloves boxer in the military. Like he was a very strong individual. So just the idea that I can sort of follow in his footsteps in a sense, and just get some exercise through boxing, I think is really cool. All right, a few more here. Hey, Will Boski. Here's a question. How are you such a good friend and awesome? Congrats on this 40s. Thank you very much, Will Boski. I don't want to the giveaway because I'm here because I'm awesome. I'm going to share the stream right now. Hey, thank you very much, man. That's awesome of you. You are awesome. Sorry I wasn't able to stay around for most of your stream yesterday, but I was at work and unfortunately I can only stay on stream so long on my phone. But thank you very much, Will Boski, for coming in. Going through the chat, going through the chat. I'm gonna sing a song. Oh, having fun and playing with Firas. You're new to the channel. Welcome. Having fun and playing with Firuz. I'm gonna call you having fun because I can't remember the rest. But yes, welcome to the channel and welcome to the stream. I hope you've enjoyed any of the videos that you've watched so far, and I hope you're looking forward to any that will be coming out fairly soon. That must sound so sarcastic saying the scariest Torchwood episode is the fairy one. Not necessarily. I have seen some things where fairies are really creepy. So, yeah, I don't consider that sarcastic at all. Rose. The episode was Rose. That's what's so special about Torchwood. Day one was scary, scarily bad. Hi, Blake24901. Oh, what am I giving away? Oh, hi, Nitro Charged. Welcome to Papa Ken Media. But what I'm giving away right now, it's basically for people that entered in through previous videos. But what I've been giving away today has been art from four different artists that I love online, three of which have been given away. Some jerky from Jerky XP, which has already been given away. And then the two remaining giveaways are for an art piece from Christopher Jones and then a $25 Steam gift card. Now, unfortunately, if you're new, you can't enter into any of those, but there are definitely plans for more giveaways in the future. I can assure you that. And it won't just be, eventually over time, it won't just be a brain. It won't just be a thing that I do with milestones. It'll hopefully be something I can do more regularly. But yeah, there you go. Okay, be thinking of any other questions you might have. Again, you can either leave them here in the chat, which I may miss, or you can go over to Twitter and tag me in your question, obviously at Papa Ken Media, with the hashtag PKM 1000 subscribers. Excuse me, I apologize. I'm kind of gassy. I'll mute this real quick. Ah, cold coffee. Gotta love it. Oh, all right. So, I actually think that one thing I want to touch on will be the Patreon crowdfunding ideas going forward. Now, um, that's something I'm going to touch on here in just a minute. If you have any questions about that, please do send them my way on Twitter or start asking them when I start talking about Patreon. For the time being, I'm actually going to go ahead and do another giveaway. I'm going to do the last art giveaway. So the one for Christopher Jones. Going to go ahead and do that. And for this one, we have as entries Mr. Rogers, the Super Kaiser 6, Stylchild 15, Nintendo M, Hello 3 Motos 1, Asim, and Enter Adman. So we have now 7 entries for that one. So let us get it put here into the number generator. Now, when this video goes live on YouTube, or not the actual stream, but when the recording goes live, I'm going to include links to the different stores for each of the artists so you can go and check out their work. Because even if you don't win, I highly recommend checking out some of their work. They have discounts, some of them have discounts every now and then, and it's just, I absolutely love their art and their work. But okay, so the winner of the Christopher Jones art is Asim. So congratulations, Asim. You have won an art print from Christopher Jones. Congratulations. I do not believe he is actually in the chat right now, unless he's just been very quiet. Um, Skim through here real quick. Favorite Lord of the Rings film? That's a tough one. The one that I always go back to, despite how cheesy and silly it can be at times, I probably have to say The Two Towers. I know a lot of people that's their least favorite, but for some reason that's the one that always jumps out to me the most. It's the one that I enjoy overall the most of the movies, but I love all three of the movies. So saying one of them is not my favorite is not saying I don't like it at all. Mysticism gave time and space. Oh, okay, Darth Rushy. Just wanted to know, is the classic series coming up at some point soon? Oh, something's going on back there. I think it's either my wife or it's one of the cats. But they're although uh, brain. I am going to be doing the classic series. It's not going to be next as far as Doctor Who related shows go. Next is going to be Torchwood. But I will start doing some classic Who here or there. I'll probably do some of it as I'm doing Torchwood, and eventually I may just take a week or a month and dedicate it to classic Who reviews and or reactions if I feel like doing any of those. So yeah, it's not coming up next, but it will be coming up soon. Word is Capaldi is only doing one more season. Yeah, I saw that too. At least four series, so till 2017. I hope he does two more series as well. I really do hope that. I feel like being first on every list gives me a bad chance. Not necessarily. There was a list that you were not on that actually it fell on number one. So don't worry, Mr. Rogers. You are not. Uh, it does not leave you out completely. But you do have to keep in mind that there are multiple people that have entered for these. So it's between. You basically have a one in. I think the max was like a 1 in 8 chance. So there you. Yeah, like I said, I can't word right now. Brain not working. So that leaves the only one left being the $25 Steam gift card. And since Asim won the print from Chris Jones, that means that there are now three possibilities of winners for that $25 Steam card. So, those of you that are in there, be ready. All right. Um, there's a lot of videos of me. I, huh, interesting. Uh, Tom, if you wouldn't mind sending me a link to the channel on Twitter, I'll check that out in a little bit. Let's see. What actor would I like to see play the 13th Doctor? Darth Rush, you kind of touched on that earlier, but a few ideas that were thrown out there were Richard Ayoade, however you pronounce his last name, from the IT crowd. And if it's a woman, I really like the idea of, again, I cannot remember her name, but the woman that plays Agent Carter in the Agent Carter TV show and the Captain America movies. Excuse me just a second. Apologies. Allergies are the best. All right. What happened to Cult of Awesome? Well, it's still it's still a possibility out there, but just because of things that were going on in each of our lives, uh, we weren't really able to keep up with what was going on with the channel. So we've basically dedicated our time to our own individual channels. Cult of Awesome will hopefully reemerge one day in the future, but as it stands, the Cult of Awesome continues as spiritually as myself, Sko as Chilled Affinity, and then Joe as Unfluffy Gaming. So there you go. I do believe Torchwood is on Netflix. Um, let's see here. Oh, not in the UK. Yeah, that's one thing that's really weird. It's like UK and American Netflix seems really strange in that I don't know, a lot of shows, especially the ones that are Doctor Who related, don't seem to show up there in the UK as much. Maybe it's because there are other services available in the UK. I don't know. Da, 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 da. Haley Atwell, that's right. Yes, thank you, Azzy. Haley Atwell. Please don't do Sarah Jane Adventures. Okay, okay, here's the thing, Mr. Rogers. I do plan on doing Sarah Jane Adventures. However, as I said earlier, if I come across a show that I start watching and I don't like it, I will have the choice at any point to stop the series. That will like for people that do enjoy that particular show, whether it be Sarah Jane Adventures or whatever show that might happen on, I don't want that to be a reflection on the fact that they might be fans of it. It's just, it would be showing that for me personally, it's not a show that I would really consider going forward on. And I'm frozen. I looked really dumb for a second. I was kind of like, uh. But yeah, that's so. I will be doing Sarah Jane Adventures in the future, but whether or not I do the entire run, we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see. Very cheesy. Oh yeah, cheese. I love cheesy. Let's see here. Matt Smith cameo. Um, like the episodes with the trickster. Oh yeah, that's Sarah Jane Adventures, I think. Liz Sladen. Oh yeah, that was sad that she passed away. It's very unfortunate. But okay. Oh, looks like I have a few notifications from over on Twitter. Okay, so okay, no new questions, but thank you to James Kelly, aka Nitro Charged HD, for liking the stream. And then thank you, Tom Monty, for that link. I will be sure and check that out here in a little bit. If I cancel Sarah Jane, still see the two episodes that contain the Doctor. Okay, that's one thing I'll keep in mind. Even if I start with Sarah Jane Adventures, but I don't go through all the way, I will make sure that I at least watch the episodes that have the Doctor's appearances. All right, so I should probably try and end this before too long, so my video feed doesn't go completely haywire and freeze for 5 minutes at a time. Okay, so all right, once more, be thinking of any questions you might have in general, but the questions that I would like you to think about right now are anything that might be related to Patreon as a crowdfunding source. Now, for anyone that is unfamiliar with it, I will get to the Patreon website pulled. I will put it into the chat so you can take a look at it. Basically, yeah, there we go. So really easy address. Probably doesn't link to it there, but it is one thing that I am strongly considering for possible income as far as making Papa Ken Media a business goes, and I just wanted to touch on a few aspects of that and give you an idea. Excuse me, give you an idea of where I'm wanting to go. Now, I touched on some of this, or maybe a good portion of it, when I did the previous video where I talked about Papa Ken Media going into 2016. So I'm not going to recap all of that, but as far as the Patreon itself goes, I actually forgot to update my document. How dumb is that? So I'm going to go to my Patreon page itself so that I can read to you basically the most up-to-date ideas as far as the milestone goals go, and then also potential donation tiers. And again, the page is in under construction. So if for some reason someone would want to donate to it now, that would be awesome. But I'm still trying to get things up to date and worked out, so I wouldn't really be able to be consistent on there yet. Papa Ken Media. And then we'll watch as my video likely freezes a lot as the Patreon page tries to load. See all the weird faces I might make in the video feed. That's still loading, but I'll jump back over to the chat real quick. Happy New Year, Pablo Pax. How many Patreons do I have? 0. I don't have any patrons at this time, which is completely understandable because the way it was originally laid out was just sort of it didn't really seem serious at all, which it really wasn't. It was basically like I was utilizing it as a sort of tip jar almost. But I really do. It's something I'm definitely going to plan on trying to focus on moving forward, especially this year. Yes, I will share the Patreon link here. Now, again, keep in mind that it's under construction. There is no like body description yet, which is going to be getting worked on today. So it's going to change some, but as it stands, the milestones and donation tiers are pretty much set in stone at this point. But okay, there is the link to. Yes, there we go. There's the link to my Patreon page. So, just to cover it real quick, as far as milestone goals go, I try to keep it very basic and very transparent with you all, so you have an idea of not only that I'm serious about wanting to do Papa Ken Media as a business, but also just give you an idea of what the donations will go toward. So here are the basic tiers. At $20 per month, that will have my web hosting covered. And that's not just the personal category that the website is currently in. That will be the business category. That will have the business category covered. And I'm pretty sure that will have the even the um, not hosting the domain. That'll have the domain being owned by me covered for a long period of time. So that would be awesome. And then we move up to $45 per month, which is an additional $25. And that will mean that I will have the streaming services covered. And that includes Netflix, Hulu, maybe a few others. I did leave a little bit of wiggle room in there for basically, like, the services increasing their prices and maybe going with another service or two, like oh, what's the one for anime? Crunchyroll, I believe is what it's called. So maybe like adding in a few more streams. So yeah, that will have the streaming services covered for the most part, if not entirely. And then moving on to the next milestone, we have internet service provider covered. So that means that the internet I'm currently working with, which is fairly decent, at $110 per month, that will have the internet service covered. I won't have to worry. So at that point, I don't have to worry about the hosting. I won't have to worry about the streaming services, and the internet service that all of this is going to go through will be covered, which it will be phenomenal. Ideally, I would like to go with a service that costs less, but unfortunately, where I live, taking quality and price into consideration, well, actually, just quality, there's no service right now that provides a comparable speeds for doing what I do. So yeah, as it stands, I'm with a company called Comcast, which some people may consider evil, and you may be right, but as it stands, they are my internet provider, and at $110 per month, that would have that completely covered. Now, again, I understand if like the price is going up here, like it sounds daunting and may even sound unrealistic, but I'm doing this to show you how serious I am about wanting to do this, because I am 100%. But moving up from there, the next milestone is upgrading the internet to business level, and that is at $200 per month. And by going to a business level, that will allow me to have a much more powerful upload and download speed for this for the business. And one amazing aspect of that would be that although I'm doing all my business here from home as far as Papa Ken Media goes, but at the same time we use internet for Netflix and streaming services, which my wife watches. Well, we both watch quite a bit of Netflix and Amazon, things that pull from the internet. And as far as like if I'm trying to play a game and record at the same time, that can cause major lag, major issues. So having a business grade internet would just it would make things so much easier, and especially if I'm going to be using the internet a lot more through Papa Ken Media as a business, it will remove the incredibly annoying 300 gigabyte limit that they have placed on people before they throw in upcharges. I haven't come near that yet, but again, as this becomes a business and I start doing more, that could become a legitimate concern. So if I go to a business level, the 300 gigabit limit would not be a worry at all, I think. I have to do more research, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Okay, moving on from there, if we get up to $250 per month through Patreon, I can start doing monthly or at the very least bi-monthly giveaways, and that will include games through Steam, movies, etc. It's like the possibilities are vast. Now, I'm still going to try and do giveaways when I can, even before reaching this. It just may not be very frequent, but if we can reach that amount per month, it will become a much more frequent thing, and it would be my way of giving back to, or one way in which I can give back to you all as the community. And now moving on from there, if we hit $300 per month, I will have a monthly scheduled live stream. And so it's like, I have these live streams are just kind of like, you know what, I feel like doing a live stream a few days from now, which that's fine. It's like those will be random here or there. But this will be a scheduled live stream for Q&A sessions, giving updates, just talking with you all as the fans. And it's something that I would be able to, make sure that I have a set time. It will be ideally the same time every month, like maybe the third Saturday of every month or something along those lines. So yeah, that's the milestone that will be reached for that one. The next tier is, again, pretty lofty, but at $500 per month, I would start doing a yearly 24-hour live stream. And those live streams could include a wide variety of things. Most likely would be gaming, possibly also watching some shows, especially at that point if I have a powerful computer and a more powerful internet, would be able to sort of like watch some shows along with you all, which I think would be a lot of fun. But yeah, it would be a 24-hour live stream, and possibly, as was mentioned in the mission statement for Papa Ken Media, all at the very least, most if not all of those would include some fundraising to put towards charities. Now, what the charities are, I'm going to be making a list of my personal favorite charities. That doesn't mean there's going to be the only ones that I will help contribute to, but just ones that will be the most likely candidates for any fundraising that takes place through Papa Ken Media. And now finally, and this is the last milestone I have written down so far. I may add in more down the line, but the final end-all be-all milestone that I have for Papa Ken Media through Patreon is that if the channel hits $4,000 per month, again, I know it's a crazy number, it's really high up there, possibly unrealistic, but again, this is to show how serious I am. If we ever hit $4,000 per month, I will be able to quit my job, whatever the job may be at the time, and take on Papa Ken Media full time. And that opens up an untold amount of possibilities for Papa Ken Media as a channel. Like, at the very least right now, I hope that I can make it a part-time job. It will be a part-time job I do in addition to my full-time job. But if we can, if the Patreon ever reaches that amount, I would be able to quit my job and take on Papa Ken Media full time. And the reason that number is so high is because I have a mortgage, I have my wife, I have animals, eventually will most likely have kids. I basically have a family to think about. So I would set that number lower if I could. But as it stands, $4,000. It sounds so stupid, and I'm not looking at the chat right now, so I apologize if I'm missing anyone saying I'm insane. But if I would ever be so blessed for the Patreon to reach that amount, I would be I would be able to dedicate myself full time to the Papa Ken Media business. Dedicate it to taking the business outside of this little office that I have. Maybe getting actual office space, a place where I can have sets set up for other like YouTubers or other people in my area to come and record things. There's so many possibilities that are out there should that ever happen, that again, should I ever be so blessed as for that to actually happen, to be able to take on Papa Ken Media full time. I, it would leave me even more speechless than I am now. So again, although many of these goals are very lofty and hard to imagine, I'm listing them out to you all because I want to show how serious I am. How serious I am at wanting to do this, how serious I am at wanting to expand Papa Ken Media, make it bigger and better, and just do my best to keep giving back to the community. And I froze. There we are. All right, now before I go back to the chat and take any questions you all might have, I'm also going to list off the the pledge tiers that I have listed so far. There may be some more added, but as it stands, I think this is a good starting point at the very least. Now, the minimum you can donate is $1. And I have a category for that. So it's like if you can pledge $1 or more per month, the rewards that will get you as a patron will be access to certain videos not yet available to the public. These will be anywhere from 1 to 3 days in advance, possibly more, depending on how far ahead on editing and recording I'm able to get. If you have a recommendation for a TV show or a movie, video games that you would like to see played or reviewed, any other feedback you might have, there will be a private venue within Patreon where you will be able to voice that, which will be a lot easier for me to find and see than, although I do my best to try and keep up with YouTube comments, it's as the channel has continued to grow, it has gotten harder and harder at times. So yes, there would be a private venue for that, for you to do that, to leave any suggestions you might have. Oh yeah, also with the $100 or more per month, there will be a special Patreon page on the papakenmedia.com website. They'll have they'll have your name listed, links, one, maybe two links to like your channel, your website, basically showing that you are a patron, you're a supporter of Papa Ken Media, and giving that link for people to go and check out your works, your pages, if you so choose. And then finally, this one I threw in for fun, but should we ever meet in person, I will give you a hug, a handshake, a fist bump, and or a friendly nod to show my appreciation. Because if you're able to be a patron, even if it's just for $1 a month, that would be amazing, and you would have so much gratitude from me. But all right, moving on from there, if you can pledge $5 or more per month as a patron, you'll get all of the rewards of the $1 tier, and You'll be able to vote on upcoming games, TV shows, movies, etc. to be reviewed and or discussed. Now, there will still be some polls here or there that will be more open to the public, but these would be more things that these could potentially help steer Papa Can Media in the direction I would be going for that month or even that year. So these will be more privatized polls that you would be participating in. And starting with the $5 tier, I would be doing a 6 month loyalty reward. Now, what that reward um, is yet to be determined. Uh, so if you're looking at the page right now, that's marked as TBD. And there's a lot of things I would like to do. Like if you are able to donate $5 or more per month for 6 consecutive months, I'm gonna maybe try and get Papa Ken Media T-shirts, stickers, just something to show my appreciation for you donating for that amount of time and continuing to do so. So yeah, that'll be something that is more fleshed out moving forward. Now, moving on from there, as for a $10 or more pledge per month, which if any of you could do that, that would be awesome. But it includes all of the rewards previously listed in the other tiers, and you could have a possibility for some one-on-one chat via Skype. And I'll just read this as it is verbatim. I want to help you as much as you're helping me. So if you would like input on your content, your projects, to ask advice on a wide array of subjects, discuss working on a potential collaboration project together, etc., I would be more than happy to do so. We can schedule 30-minute sessions once a month to talk privately. And I'm serious about that. It's like even though I'm not a huge, obviously not a huge business or anything, I really think one thing I really hold close is that having another person's input can be greatly helpful, even if it's only like you're only able to talk for a half an hour at a time. I think that such a thing would be really beneficial, and I hope that people that might consider, you know, pledging $10 or more a month would consider that as well. So yeah, hopefully you like that idea. And then also, finally, pledges of $10 or more per month would get an upgraded 6 month loyalty reward. Now, basically, that would mean, I don't know, if I'm doing a t shirt for the $5 or more per month loyalty reward, then it would be maybe a t shirt and something else. I'm not. Again, it's something I haven't worked out completely, but it is something I want to do. It is something that I want to be able to give to any and all patrons that might be, looking to give money to Papa Can Media. If any of you have ideas for maybe some other ideas for rewards in either the pledge tiers that exist or even another pledge tier, let me know. As it stands, that's going to be what it goes with for the time being. And again, if you're looking at the Patreon page description between like the title image and then the pledges underneath, the description itself is currently under construction and will hopefully be up today. And my quality is jumping around like crazy. But okay, I'm going back over to the chat. Uh, let's see. I'll go back through some of the comments. Again, if you have any questions for the Patreon, the crowdfunding in general, please send them my way, or maybe even some suggestions. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I'm going to scroll up and take a look at some of what you all have said. Okay. Don't worry, Ken. When I get a PayPal, I may donate. Thank you very much, Tom. That would be awesome. Patreon can be misused. I know you won't misuse the money, but there's little control over there. That is true. Seeing awesome. I mean, I'm sorry. I really do. Unfortunately, there's only so much I can do. Please do try and ignore them. But anyone that's making fun of seeing awesome spelling, please stop that. That's just not cool. All right. Should we ever meet in person, I'll give you a hug, handshake, fist bump, and or friendly nod. Completely up to you. Show my appreciation. Um, is that from you, Tom, or is that what you're wanting most of all? Because I will currently give you the friendly nod. Uh, let's see here. Let's see. Forgive and forget. Okay, getting past that stuff. 24 hours, don't kill myself. Okay, so that's why it would only be a once a year thing. Because that would not be something I would really want to do on a frequent basis. I can only, my poor 31-year-old brain can only take so many sleepless nights, and I'm definitely not in college anymore. I did some 24-hour, or I did some overnighters sometimes, and I can't do that anymore because I tried. It failed. So don't worry, I won't kill myself. Be careful with the shows copyrighted. Well, yeah, that's definitely a given. It's too much. It's not too much. It could work. It could possibly work with enough coffee. People do week-long live streams on Twitch. Oh, basically when people do week-long streams, it's you. Sometimes they'll either stagger it, like they'll do 12 hours, then start up again the next day, do 12 hours, or there's a large number of people that come in and do their Twitch streams, and like one person has a shift when they're done, another person takes over when their shift's over, and it just kind of goes like that. And who knows? Ideally, I might be able to do it with just yeah, just me, or maybe I could bring in some people to help out with the streams, which would be a lot of fun and definitely help keep me awake. Well, they do it in their they do it in their house. They have plenty of food. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yep, Tom basically explained it. Um, da, 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 da. Let's do $10,000. Yeah, yeah. I thought it was interesting too that the discussion had nothing to do with what I was talking about. But $10,000, Ionut. Um, that would be amazing. It certainly would. I don't think I'll go quite toward anything that outrageous until I even possibly come close to $4,000. Because as it is, I want that to be like the top rung possibility as far as milestones go. Um, thank you, Mr. Rogers. That's one thing I've really been doing. I've been looking into the future and really wanting this to grow. Oh yeah, yeah. I totally know that, Tom. I mean, I would definitely need a lot of subscribers to get something like that. But it's a goal, and it's something that I think is achievable. I just gotta put a lot of hard work into it and continue to do my best to be good to you all, if that made any sense. Planned everything. I don't know about everything, but I've tried to plan as many things as I can. Need an ultimate goal in any business, and this sounds as reasonable as any business plan. Thank you, Ezzy. I'm glad I can bring some brightness to your day, seeing awesome. If one of us was a billionaire and had money to burn, you'll get it in an instant. If not, you'll probably need a million subscribers to reach that goal. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely understand that. Too bad I don't know any billionaires. A random Ginger King. Am I watching Sherlock tonight? I don't have anything beyond basic cable, so it wouldn't really be possible for me to watch it tonight, unfortunately. Um, my wife and I are considering going to watch it possibly at a movie theater that it might be showing at. The tickets might be sold out, but if we can't do that, we'll probably watch it on Amazon once it's available on there. I don't know that I'd be able to do like a live reaction or anything, but I would definitely do a review for it, even if it's just like a short review of sorts. Maybe a reward. Your name will be listed in the description or after every video. Um, that's a good idea, Mr. Rogers. I would definitely need to. I would probably reserve that for the upper donators, or maybe like I don't know the top 10 donators, something along those lines. But that's definitely a good idea. Thank you for that recommendation. I've never been on Patreon, but might seriously consider it for you. Thank you, Dylan. That would be amazing. Now, one thing I do want to make clear with uh, Kickstarter slash Indiegogo and the Patreon, anything that anyone could donate is appreciated more than you can possibly imagine. But I don't want, like, if someone really enjoys my stuff and they want to donate, but they don't have the money, I don't want them to stress over thinking I want them to donate. I need their money. That's why I thankfully have a full-time job. It's like, the money will be of great benefit and it will go toward helping me make Papa Ken Media better. But if you need to save up, if that money goes toward your monthly food, your monthly groceries, if it goes toward your rent, don't stretch yourself thin just to give me $1 or something like that, because I don't want that at all. I want you all to take care of yourselves. I want you all to lead as good of lives as possible. And if donating to me inhibits that in any way, I just wouldn't be able to live with myself. So I completely appreciate any donations people can make, but if you can't, I appreciate you just as much just being able to watch my material, comment on it when you can. And I mean that 100%. Okay. Um, let's see what else we've got here. And again, thank you very much, Dylan, Shadowstar, and Tom for both saying that might take a look at Patreon. Let's donate to Puppet King to make him more powerful than he can possibly imagine. It's over 9,000! Out of date reference! PMRN. Oh, you all are talking about Sherlock right now. Okay, cool. So you all are talking about that. Okay, so are there any more questions regarding the Patreon? I'll give it a few seconds to, for the time gap to filter through. Any questions you may have, again, here or on Twitter. In the meantime, I will begin getting ready for our grand finale, which is about time because we're about 21 minutes away from 3 hours. Good Lord. Okay, so anything else about the Patreon? Nothing so far. And just to recap, the three people up for the possible $25 gift card are Nintendo MM, Mr. Rogers, and Tom Monty. So, yeah. All right. I love Monday. Sorry. Oh, I was going to see how long I could hold that out, but I laughed. Okay, okay, a few questions before we get into the final bit. Am I planning on watching the Netflix Marvel shows? Yes. Yes, absolutely. I am planning on watching Daredevil. I am planning on watching Jessica Jones, and I'm hoping to get Daredevil done before the second season comes out. I'm really looking forward to those, like really, really, really. So, if all goes well, that will be happening very soon. Um, let's see. Why did I decide to do YouTube? That's a very good question. Um, so, as far as me wanting to do YouTube, it goes back way before I started doing Papa Ken Media, and by way before I mean like Oh God, it's been almost a decade now. Um, but when I was living in, I think it was Arlington, Virginia, which is right across from Washington D.C., like right across the river. Um, I had a lot of time to myself when I wasn't working because I lived alone, and I started watching. Oh, what was the channel? SMP Films, which what was his name? Corey Williams, I think is his name. Haven't watched his videos in a long time. I think he's still doing videos. I'm not entirely sure, but started watching his stuff. Really liked him. He reminded me a lot of one of my best friends from childhood, and I want to say one of the first videos I ever did on YouTube was actually like a reply video to one of his earlier videos having to do with ghost stories. Um, if I can remember, I may link to that at a later time. It's a horribly low quality video, though. Um, I'll try not to let too many of these questions uh, go by too fast. But yeah, I kind of started doing YouTube for fun. And after I watched some of SMP Film stuff, I came across, I think it was my first Let's Player I ever watched. His channel, and it's still going, is Vash12349. And I really enjoy his stuff. I haven't been keeping up as much as I used to, but I still really enjoy his Let's Plays. He's really funny, very charismatic character. And I think my cat's just knocked something over. So yeah, why YouTube? It's it became a hobby over time, and I enjoyed it, and I started dedicating certain aspects of my hobby to it, like doing reviews and things like that. Okay, I think I'm missing some of the previous questions. Uh, okay. Marvel is pretty awesome. I've been loving Marvel stuff. DC I like too, just not as much. Then again, I haven't watched a lot of their animated things lately, and I hear Team, not Teen Titan. Well, Teen Titans before it was Teen Titans Go was really good. There's a few other animated series that I've heard good things about that I'm wanting to check out, and you can probably expect a Discovering series on. Okay, um, let's see. Um, what YouTubers do I watch now? The YouTubers I primarily watch now, there's a fair assortment that I jump back and forth on. I would say, because I have a lot, there's a lot of people in my subscription box, but I would say the most frequented channels that I watch are, let me bring up actually my YouTube. I'm going to do this on the laptop so it doesn't freeze up my camera. Let me bring up my subscriptions so I can make sure I'm saying them right. Do 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 do. I might come up with a song before this is over just for fun. Okay, as far as channels that I watch most frequently, when it comes to things like Let's Plays, I would say Game Grumps is probably one of my favorites. Excuse me. I don't watch all of their stuff, but especially since Danny replaced JonTron, which don't get me wrong, I enjoy JonTron's stuff, and I enjoyed him on the show as well. But especially since Dan came on to the show, I've really enjoyed it a lot. So that's one that I frequent. Uh, when it comes to political things, I don't watch much on YouTube, but one channel that I do watch their videos occasionally is called The Young Turks. Now, whether or not you're on the opposite spectrum from them politically, that's besides the point. It's just something I will watch. I don't agree with them on everything. Uh, what's another one? Do, 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 do. Oh, well, one I definitely want to point out is actually my friend Sko, who does Chilled Affinity. His channel, going to be doing a lot of things in this upcoming year, but as the name implies, it's like he's a very chilled guy. He likes to go out and explore and see things. Has been doing vlogs occasionally. I highly recommend checking out his channel, which actually I'm going to grab a link for that real quick so that I can put it in the chat. Well, actually, I'll send a link to his Twitter, which contains a link to. You can follow him if you're on Twitter, and you can also go to his channel. So, come on. There we go. There we go. All right. So, okay, there we go. That's my buddy Chilled Affinity's Twitter account. You can go and check out his channel. As for others that I watch, it's kind of slapshot back and forth. I would say my three other most frequented channels would be Kite Tales. I don't know if you've ever seen her stuff, but I really, really enjoy her videos. She's such a nice person, such a wonderful person, and great to talk with online. I really enjoy her videos. So Kite Tales is awesome. Uh, then there's Peking Boo, who he primarily does things through Twitch. He does this show where he plays games using a DDR pad, like the big arcade DDR arcade setup. And he's beaten, like he goes through and beats these games. He's done speed runs with these games. He's actually he finished Splatoon on the Wii U with a gamepad with the DDR gamepad setup. I so yeah, it's like if you're interested in that at all, go check out his YouTube, check out the videos, and follow him on Twitch, which actually Peking Boo. That's pretty much his username for most things. So definitely go check him out. Like it's even he mostly uploads highlights to YouTube, but if you can catch one of his live streams, and he's actually he's based out of Australia, I think you would really like it. So there you go. All right, and then finally, my other most frequented channel would be Lazy Game Reviews. And if you like PC games at all, and hardware, he's really expanded what he does over time. He has such a great voice. Um, Papa Frozen for you refresh video. Yeah, sorry about any freezing that might be taking place. It's my connection and other things. But Lazy Game Reviews, I definitely like. Again, if you like PC games, hardware, anything of that nature, it's a great channel. He has a great voice. Like he has one of those voices where if he was narrating a book, you would just listen to it the whole time just to hear his voice. That may sound weird, but I mean that. And he does a great impersonation of Duke Nukem. For any of you younger folk, that don't know who Duke Nukem is, he was one of the best first-person shooters back in the 90s and early 2000s. I'm old. But yeah, so and there's other YouTubers that I watch as well. The Lonely Goomba, definitely one of them. I can't say I really frequent his as much though because he brings out the videos when he can, and they're not like super frequent. But yeah, I just there's a lot of different ones that I try to watch, and as I work on Papakin Media more as a business, I will most likely have less time to actually do that or to actually watch a lot of them. But I don't know, they're very entertaining, and I love watching them. So there you go. That's just some of the ones that I enjoy. Let's see. Are there any other questions? All right. If you have any other questions, uh, if you have any other questions, please send them right now because if this is the last question I have, by the time I finish it, I'm going to start the grand finale giveaway. So, the last question here is from Jake Henderson. If I were a superhero, who would I be? Um, well, I could kind of take that too as like, I could be as like, what superhero would I like to be? Or based on who I am, what superhero would I be? And unfortunately, if I go with that second one, the answers wouldn't be very interesting. But let's see. As far as a superhero I would like to be, um, there's so many of them. Honestly, I there's so many good ones. This isn't going to be my final answer, but one superhero I would really like to be is Superman. I mean, I know that sounds incredibly cheesy and all that, but I I just think like having all those powers would just be an amazing. It would be an amazing gift and something that I would personally hope I would be up to the job of bearing the responsibility for. But going on to something more interesting, because unfortunately, although I love him, not everyone finds Superman all that interesting. A superhero. Superhero. I think that I would like to be. There's so many. I keep bouncing back and forth in my head as to who I would want to be. Um, hmm. I. Bleh, 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 bleh. Okay, this might sound weird, but it's my honest answer. I would like to be the current Captain America. Like, even though I haven't been reading the comics, I've been keeping up. Uh, I've been I have been keeping up with some of the comic events as far as like what's going on, and I know that Steve Rogers in the comics has basically retired as Captain America. Hi, Midna. And in his place, the Falcon has taken over the Captain America role. So I think if I were a superhero, I would like to be that. I would, and I don't think I I don't think the Falcon has really the Captain America strength per se, but like the strength of Captain America mixed with the flight capabilities of the Falcon. Yeah, I think that would work. Let's see what we hear. Flash is extremely powerful. Just back in time, as kill his enemy as a child. I would choose him. The Falcon Captain America. Yeah, yeah, and that's really dark, Mister Rogers. Remind me to never piss you off if you become the Flash, which is another show that I'm going to be watching soon. That and Arrow. But yeah, that would be my answer for that question. Okay, so if that is the last question we have for now. Oh, wait. There appears to be something on Twitter. Nope, just favorites. So no new questions. All right. So time to get this over with. It is time for the grand finale giveaway. It is time for the $25 gift card, or the $25 Steam gift card giveaway. And again, this is going to Nintendo MM, Mr. Rogers, or Tom Monty. So a 1 in 3 chance. Good luck to all of you. And again, for anyone that doesn't win, I apologize, but this will not be the last time this happens, I assure you. All right. So generating. And while I am generating, please do be thinking of any questions you may have to close out this live stream, which is much longer than I thought it would be. All right. So, 3, 2, 1. And the winner of the $25 Steam gift card is Nintendo MM. Congratulations. So, Mr. Rogers and Tom, I'm sorry you didn't win. But again, this is not going to be the last time that I'm going to be doing something like this. I would like to do more Steam gift card giveaways in the future. I would love to do more of these giveaways as possible. Um, but yeah, as it stands, Nintendo MM, congratulations on winning the $25 Steam gift card. As I've said before, after this stream is over, I'm going to get together all my information and I'll be contacting you later so we can get everything finalized as to how how to get everything sorted out. Good luck, good luck, congratulations. Hey, there you go, congratulations. And for everyone that said thank you, I mean, thank you all. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being fans of this hobby of mine that I am working toward making a business. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you all for being yourselves. Even if, even if we don't get along from time to time, even if you vehemently disagree with me on things, and I know it may be hard, it will definitely be harder to maintain this uh, as we move on to the future and as Papakin Media potentially grows. Like it'll be harder to have that more personal touch to it. But as it stands right now, I cannot thank you all enough for being part of this community, being my Kenvians, hashtag Kenvians, and just being amazing, amazing people in your own ways. So yeah, um, thank you all. Now, before we close out, I do see that there are a few more questions and possibly another question via Twitter. Nope, just a new follower. All right. So, to answer your questions here before we close out, do I like Kingdom Hearts? I do. I have never actually played the second game. That's one thing that I might actually do on a future Let's Play, actually. But I have played the first one. I beat it once, and that was years ago. I was still in college when I beat that game. But yep, still streaming, James. Thought you were about to close when you went off to dinner. I thought I was too, but I thought I was getting ready to close a lot sooner than this. But hopefully people don't mind too much. All right. So yes, I do like Kingdom Hearts. I'm looking forward to the third one. I have not even bothered with any of the extension games. I may give them a try at some point. We'll see. But yeah, I definitely know that I enjoyed the first Kingdom Hearts. What is my favorite video game? That is an impossible question to answer. To be completely honest, that is a question that is so very hard for me to answer because there's so many games that I love, whether they are new or relatively new, I guess, um, or retro games. So it's honestly really, really hard for me to choose. As far as games I'm playing right now, I would have to say my three, like at this moment, favorite games would have to be um, Undertale, because I'm playing that for a Let's Play right now. I am loving that game so far. Uh, Super Mario Maker, although I haven't really played or made anything on that in a couple of weeks. Um, yeah, that still counts. And then, um, yeah, okay, this one edges out the other just by a slightest amount. Would be Hyrule Warriors, and for their own reasons. Undertale because it's bringing Undertale brings to me so many things I love about the RPGs that I've played growing up. Uh, there's just so many things about them that I love. I love JRPGs. I know they're not everyone's bag, but I legitimately do enjoy them. And the fact that it combines different elements, and the fact that there's a there's completely different ways of playing through this game. I just absolutely love that. Then as far as Super Mario Maker goes, I mean, the levels I've made, whether they really get much attention from people on the service or not, I enjoy that creative aspect. I've really enjoyed making the levels that I have. Even if people don't like them, I've always made levels that I enjoy making, that I enjoy playing. So it's just like that's been amazing. And then as far as Hyrule Warriors goes, I love hack and slash games. And I didn't even really get into Dynasty Warriors until shortly before Hyrule Warriors came out. But Dynasty Warriors, from what I've played so far, is really fun. But there's just something about playing as Link and Zelda and Impa and all of these different characters beating the crap out of monsters that is just so cathartic and fun. And as a fan of hack and slash games, as a fan of like side scroller beat 'em ups, it's something that really presses their touch. It hits all the right buttons for me. So yeah, for right now, like at this current time, those are my three favorite video games. If we're talking over all of time, I would probably say Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy III as I knew it growing up. But my reasons for that I'll explain at a later date. But I'm going to take a quick look at the chat here before we end this stream. 2 minutes left to the 3 hour mark. We passed the 3 hour mark. um, no problem at all, Sco. It's I hope people come and check out your stuff, and please definitely do subscribe to him. He's just over 100 subscribers right now. I have no doubt in my mind he will be able to reach 500 by year's end, probably a lot sooner. But yeah, definitely go check out his material and go meet Sco. He's an awesome guy, aka Chilled Affinity. Okay. All right. So no more questions there. Everyone, thank you so very much for joining me for this stream. Thank you to all of the winners. Thank you for being absolutely amazing and for entering these giveaways. Thank you for all of your questions. And just thank you for everything. I uh, to go back to the question that Tom asked earlier, would I be excuse me, would I be here as far as subscribers go if not for the Doctor Who series? And I legitimately I, I don't believe I would. So I'm very thankful that I one started that, and that through that I was able to bring all of you into this so far. Some others maybe through Let's Plays, some other maybe through some of my old movie reviews. But yeah. Mr. Rogers, thank you very much for joining. Everyone, thank you for joining the stream. To answer Nintendo M's question real quick, I own Hyrule Warriors. Oh, yes, I'm going to be getting Hyrule Warriors Legends. I've already pre-ordered it. Yay! So that will be a lot of fun. But yeah, we'll just end it at that. Everyone, thank you so very much. All the winners, I will be in touch later today. Again, I just need to get a bunch of information down, touch base with some of the artists and everything. So within the next 2 days, you will definitely be hearing from me. But yeah, until next time, next video, which will hopefully be soon. Again, thank you all so much, and I will see you next time on the next whatever Papa Ken Media thing comes out. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, and again, Happy New Year.